there should be one job available for every 50 people in the city, not for every 300. It's a better way of saying it, right?
Yeah.
Detroit is about 1 in 50. Windsor is 1 in 300. To me, that's a measurement of, I'm like, okay, there is not enough jobs, meaning you will get a ton of applicants and a lot of people that, especially the unemployment rate is really, really high. So that means there's a lot of unemployed people. That means you are going to have a lot of competition. For every posting you put up, you're going to get tons of people applying. My message to people, literally, as when I was walking in, I don't know if you noticed, I was on the phone. My last words as where I was hanging up, she's like, please try to help me. I've been applied. She has a master's in biology from Windsor, Windsor born, master's degree, can't get a job for the last 5 months. Okay. What the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
Okay. I told her, I said, move. Leave.
That gives me a little bit of red flags. That's a
big red flag. Come on, wonderful girl. There's nothing wrong with her. She's volunteered. She's done co-ops. She got a great degree from university, then went and did a master's. It's been 5 months. Very presentable. You meet her, you want to hire her in a minute. Can't get any interviews. Why? Her resume is not being seen. But at the same time, too, I'm done playing the whole victim thing. This is what the scenario is. It's not going to change. It's going to be very competitive for a very long time. You need to stand out and sell yourself and use some sales tactics to get in the door. If it's not starting a business, it's selling yourself to getting a job. I think that is the most important skill anyone should be learning right now.
Hey, we're going to go back to the video in just a few seconds, but if you are a business owner and you are struggling with either recruitment, interviewing, hiring, retention, onboarding, I want you to go to cpgincorporated.com. You will be able to find our contact and our phone number right there that gets right to us. You'll be able to speak with someone right away to see if we can help you at CPG Recruitment. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get back to the video.
It's only going to get more competitive as well. It's not getting less competitive unless there's some type of like massive job hiring or factories opening up, which they're not. It's only going to get more competitive, especially with the advent of AI and everything else. People are downsizing.
Yeah.
They're not upsizing right now. So it's going to be very difficult.
It's not hard. It's not hard to do. Going off of what we just talked about, go in ChatGPT, put in your credentials, put in your resume, and ask it, what jobs would be perfect for me that someone wouldn't say no to this resume? It will then tell you the jobs that you should apply for based off your resume.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet you could even then ask ChatGPT, look up active job postings that my resume would do well in.
100%.
And it will pull it up. It's going to say, here's the job descriptions that I believe you'd be good for.
Yeah.
You are then going to apply for that job. You're then going to go one step further because that doesn't solve the problem of too many people applying for the job. You got to stand out. You're then going to go to a tool. There's several out there, but let's stay in ChatGPT. You're going to then look up the job postings and you're going to then ask it, tell me the companies that these belong to, and ask it, where are these companies located, and get me the company phone numbers. And if you could get me the owners of the companies, that would be even better. And it will output and say, Christian Saab is the owner of CPG Recruitment.
Yeah.
For example, you're then going to go on Facebook and you're going to then look up Christian Saab and add this person on Facebook. You're going to go on LinkedIn. You're going to add Christian Saab on LinkedIn. You're then going to use a tool called I know that one's just for, you need to have a business email address, but there's tools that are like it. This tool is called Apollo.io. It's free. You go in, you make an account, you then put in Christian Saab, CPG Recruitment, and it will scrape the internet and it will give you my email and my phone number. So now, as a job seeker, within less than 10 minutes, you have gotten the ideal positions you should be applying for, that your resume will qualify for. You got the companies, you got the contacts of the companies, and you've got the emails and phone numbers of the companies, and you went ahead on LinkedIn and on Facebook, and you found these contacts. All you have to do now, instead of just apply, hit an ad, hit a follow, hit a message, make a comment, shoot a personal email, and pick up the phone and call saying, I'm just applying. And that's what you do as a salesperson to get a customer, but now apply it for a job seeker to get a job, and you will have a job by next week.
So do you have any like resume tips for any of these people looking for a job that are maybe listening?
So here's the thing that I always find. For us, we look at resumes all the time, and resumes, where I'm like, no, don't look at it anymore, is when it's not crystal clear who you are. Like, people think they should just put your job description. I like putting at the very top my exact scenario. Like, this is who I am. This is what I'm really strong in. These are my 3 strongest skills. And also the reason why I'm looking for work is the following. I like putting that. I like seeing that in a resume. I rarely see it, but I would put it in a heartbeat, because someone who's looking at it will hear the full story within the first 3 sentences. And then when it goes to experience, don't overload it. Keep it simple and a clear story. If you're somebody who jumps a lot, first thing, the biggest criticism of every resume is, oh, every year they got a new job. Mm-hmm. So if you are that person, you need to put very clearly in that resume the reason why you are jumping a lot. Some people have valid reasons. I want to know those reasons. That is the biggest disqualifier. If you found that you are that person that jumps a lot, like, you want within the last 5 years to be in 1, maximum 2 places in 5 years. If you have more, maybe you have more part-time roles, maybe things were on contract, maybe you relocated, whatever the reasons are, you need to be able to figure out how to display that in an easy sentence on there, because you will get disqualified if I see 2020, 21 here, 2021, 22 here. You're not going to get looked at. So if you're smart enough to at least put a reason, it at least saves you, and someone will look at it and say, okay, this person went above and beyond in their resume to tell me what happened there. I'll at least give them a chance and hear them out.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the biggest disqualifier. Most people, be amazed how many people have that inconsistency, but valid reasons are there.
Yeah.
It's just, you need to display it. So
I feel like even when hiring, like, we were hiring for a sales position, which we found somebody really great, but being part of the interview process was very interesting. I feel like you can't be difficult. So many people were difficult. I couldn't believe, like, even in an interview, they're being difficult. I'm like thinking in my head, like, you're going to be very, very difficult to work with if this is what's happening in the interview.
I had someone who messaged me about a job posting I put up. She's like, I'm interested. I'm like, okay, when can we talk? It's been 2 days. She hasn't been able to tell me the day and time she wants to talk for a job. That I'm like, I'm not chasing you.
Yeah.
Don't be difficult.
For sure.
You're here to solve my problem. You're clearly not it for the job, right?
Yeah.
So, I always look at a job when an entrepreneur or business has a posting up, it's because they have a problem and they need it solved, and the job seeker is a solution. So, for me, if you're not the solution for that position, don't apply for it. Which is, I go back to the same, everyone should be just taking their resume, and instead of just mass uploading, ask ChatGPT, what job should I apply for?
Yeah.
It will immediately increase your odds.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'll immediately increase your odds. And vice versa too. If you're an employer and you have a job description, ask it what resume would be perfect for me, and it'll give it to you.
Absolutely.
It'll literally give it to you.
Do you feel like there's a lot of, like, open sales positions as well? Like, I feel like there's a lot of opportunity in sales, and I think the younger generation is not interested. I think there's this stigma that goes along with that. I feel like we touched on this last time.
Yeah.
But sales is not something that you have, it's something that you learn. People think that's like the gift of the gab, silver tongue, all those sayings.
Yeah.
It's a learned skill, just like anything else, like learning how to swing a hammer. So
agree.
learning how to swing a hammer, learning a trade. Sales is a trade, and I think a lot of younger people should be opening their minds to sales, because even if you don't stay in the sales field, you're going to learn skills that you can take with you anywhere.
It's the best job in the world. It's the best job in the world. Everything that you see and touch was sold by someone. If someone's watching this right now, the phone was sold by somebody. The internet that you're using was sold by someone. The chair you're sitting on was sold by someone. The car that you drive was sold by someone. Sales is at the core of everything. This decoration that's here, as simple as this pot, was sold by someone. Sales is, to me, the biggest job security anyone could ever have. The problem is that people are impatient and they need immediate gratification, and they don't put in the first 3 months, 6 months to a year of really dedicating themselves in sales.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I'll tell you this, there's ways to apply sales that people don't even think about it. For example, my wife, she's a lawyer. I have lots of lawyer friends. Lawyers are not salespeople at all. They're one of the types of positions that people go to them Similar to what you said as well with like, the builders, home builders, like they don't they get the calls coming their way in some way, shape or form. Or
I feel like they're trying to go the other way with it. They like kind of
push
people off. They're not
I
like,
told my wife, I
give me a
said,
hug."
you want to be the most successful lawyer in the next 4 years and be one of the wealthiest lawyers in the city. The number one trait to learn outside of actually solving your client's problems, you have to be able to do that. That's a given. Let's assume all lawyers in this city solve everyone's problem perfectly. Let's measure it that way. To truly stand out and be extremely successful, sales is the one skill set that I told them, like, you need to learn this and perfect this.
For sure.
Because if you don't have the sales, you'll never get the client to solve their problem. And when you solve the problem very well, that word of mouth won't trigger to then have it shared to everybody else.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of professions that I truly believe sales needs to be added. I actually, in my business, every recruiter is also doing sales in a different way. I said to them, you guys deal with candidates all the time. You need to have the sales ability for those candidates to give you more information as to why they're leaving a certain company, or maybe other candidates. Like if they could introduce you to other candidates to fill your roles. Like sales is in everyday life. You want to try to convince your wife to do something, that's sales. You're going to have a kid soon and they're going to grow up. You want to convince them to do something, that's sales. Everything is sales.
I think sales almost comes off as like a dirty word when really it just means connecting with people at the end of the day.
Connecting with people and having that little bit of an ability to change their perception and getting them to act on something.
For sure.
Having the art to getting them to move a needle in some way, shape, or form.
And it's never something that they don't want to do. You're never going to convince somebody of something that they absolutely don't want to do. Most of the time they want to do it. They just need an understanding of what it is that they're doing so they can make that decision confidently.
100%.
I think that's really
100%.
at the end of the day, the point of sales. You're never going to, like I said before, Jesus either lives in your heart or he doesn't. You're not going to move the needle on somebody that is super against marketing or super against religion or super against a recruitment agency. It's not going to happen. Well, maybe you can tell me differently.
No,
but
you're absolutely right. No, some people like yellow couches. Some people want a red one. It's not a matter of convincing someone what not to do. It's a matter of every person who's selling something has an audience. There's an ideal customer. Every time. Not everybody in the city is going to be your customer, but you know which lane to go and sell in.
Yeah.
And when you know which lane to stick with and the niche that you're in, you're able to sell in any way, shape, or form. And to me, that is the most important skill set to have, whether it's getting a promotion in your job, whether it's getting the job in the first place, getting promoted in your job, or getting truly a sales role and increasing your value, or it's starting your own business and selling there. Like that, you use sales everywhere in your life. And I think it's the biggest asset that you can develop. And especially now, we talked about, hey, is this city the right one for us? All this stuff. The economy is not that great. We talked about this before we even started. The cost of living is never going down. Just accept it. So you have to bring out your net worth, whether it's getting a better job that you have to sell yourself to, or getting a raise that you have to sell yourself to, or doing a side hustle that you start selling to. Sales is going to get you out of any financial struggle, period. That is your solution to everything.
Yeah. Just working hard, I think, is again, adding to that is very important. A lot of people in sales, I was talking to a young sales guy that's working with us right now, a young account manager. And the one thing that I tell him the most is showing up and just being there is almost half the battle. And I've heard countless salespeople say that when I just started, and I didn't really understand what that meant. I'm like, just showing up. How does that work, right? The leads come your way. People see you stay a little bit longer. They start trusting you more. They'll give you more responsibility. It's the key in a lot of jobs to just making more money and gaining more responsibility, which leads to making more money, is really just showing up and being there. Activity and visibility. Yeah. Those are the two words we always use in our sales department is how active you are, how visible are you? Yeah. And which, to you, I know you're in the marketing world, but marketing is sales. Whatever campaign we do, it's a sales pitch that's being marketed. Yeah. So it's just we're always selling something different. And for the most part, it's never a product. That's the one thing that I've been really diving into in the past 6 months is you're not buying a product. You're buying a feeling. You're essentially buying trust. You're buying safety. Yeah. You're not buying. It is a feeling, you're not buying a water bottle. You're buying health. Yep.
You're buying the result, the outcome, the desired outcome that you want to get.
Yeah, exactly.
Just yesterday, I was talking to a friend of mine, older gentleman, and he's retired, and he started making his own soap at home. He's been doing this for the last year. I buy all his soaps. It's all natural. It's made with like tallow and olive oil. Everything's organic. He puts whatever oils and zero fragrance. So good for you. So good for you. Because he had skin cancer, and then he wanted to have a soap that will essentially cure it. And he cured himself from eliminating the products, putting it on his skin, etc. Whatever. Anyway, so then he comes to me and says, I'm trying to make $15,000 a month with this soap. I said, well, you have two routes. You're going to either sell a lot of soap, like let's call it, what's 1,500 soap bars at $10 a piece, or you're going to sell 10 soap bars at $1,500 a piece or $150 a piece. Like which one's it going to be, right? So he's like, what do you mean? I said, well, it's two different customers. You're either going to sell in volume and you're going to sell this feeling of convenience and lots of it, or you're going to do what Rolex did or any high brand where they take that same product, they just put it in a fancier box, they give you a little bit more of an experience, they make you feel special, but they 10x the price. Mm-hmm. What's it going to be? Both. There's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah.
I was like, because right now he's going the volume approach, but he's not selling enough. I said, I'm willing to bet you if you gave me 12 bars of soap, one for every month, and I put it in a really nice, elegant box with a little chocolate inside, a little ribbon all around it with a letter that's like, this soap number 1, January, is the month where it's cold and you need to protect your skin like this. And then soap number 2 is this. And I gave this whole experience. I said, I'm willing to bet you those 12 soaps, I could sell that for $1,200. It's $100 a soap.
For sure.
I could sell it 100%. It's just, I got clear. I'm clear on who my audience is going to be. Mm-hmm. Someone who wants the higher class of the treatment. I said the soap, it can't have rugged edges. It's got to be smooth to the touch from the moment I grab it. It's got to be in its own slot with the material, the foam that's around it, that's holding it. Maybe it's in linen or something like that. Like you got to paint this picture. I said the packaging is going to run you $25 to put it in. But I'm like, you're going to sell this thing for $1,200.
The packaging should be worth more than the product.
The packaging would be worth more. I'm like, your soaps, you're going to put essentially $100 worth of packaging and soap all in there, and you're going to sell it for $1,200 because you sold a story and a future experience. Mm-hmm. And to your point, it's like you could do that by selling an experience, by selling a story, by selling a feeling. That's what people buy. And that's what people, and hint, they buy with a high dollar amount. They get impulsive, say, I need to have this.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
They value it even more.
Yeah.
Versus try to discount it.
Yeah.
So it's marketing. You know more about marketing than I would. I just know from a sales perspective how I would sell something and make this bottle be worth more.
Yeah.
Just put it in a different bottle. Give it a different label.
It's very,
give it a different feel.
Yeah. There's no like clear cut science. Mm-hmm. That's what I hate about most like emerging digital media agencies. The level of confidence is really, really high, which is great from a sales point of view, but I don't think it's realistic because every business is different and there's not I don't know how you could promise 10xing somebody's business. That just seems unrealistic to me. I don't like those types of sales pitches, but not trying to be negative. It's just every business is different and everybody needs to like a custom plan on what exactly needs to happen.
Yeah, everyone's different. Everyone's personality is different. And I think even people going into it, as far as whether they're considering a marketing strategy for their business, that they're either starting or growing, you have to be all in. You really do. You have to, and by being all, like, if you truly believe in your product, you have to work hard and be all in and trust the experts that are in their field, like marketing experts, recruitment experts, sales, whatever it may be. Trust that there are ethical, good businesses out there that want the best for you, but you have to, I hate a customer that says, oh, I paid you this much and I'm not doing anything and just go do it and fix my problem and give it to me now. It's like, no, like
you have to work together.
We got to work together, man.
100%.
Like, this is your business. I can't magically fix problems for you. Like you gotta work with me here.
Yeah.
Right. So you have to,
money doesn't equal instant success. Like you have to work together. You have to be involved. Mm-hmm. If you want to outsource, either you're going to pay an exorbitant amount of money for an entire other outsource side of your company to be done, like marketing or recruitment, or you can work with a really good, salesperson or recruitment agency to get that done.
Yeah, because when you set a good foundation, it works. Like think of the people that you see in local magazines all the time. it took a lot of work to get the outfit, to go do a photo shoot, to edit it, to prep. Like that's a big, like a commitment on their end to get all that scheduled, to get the material, to get the collateral, to edit the material, work with that marketing firm, that magazine, whatever it may be, to then get it published.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know, I think every business owner just has to always invest in themselves and believe in their product, and to give it their all, and don't just think writing a check will solve the problem. Like you got to be on top of it as well.
Yeah.
Right. So
it doesn't matter if you have the best product in the world. If you can't convey it to the general population or other business owners, it's not going to fly.
I agree. And it's, your wife does a very good job in marketing, by the way.
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
Organically, she's very good.
Yeah. She does a lot of paid, but yeah, it's quality, and that's a lot of trial and error. Nobody has, there's not like a one size fit all when it comes to, and there's a lot of specific marketing agencies, for like salons or like estheticians, that kind of thing. And yeah, it takes time, but it's just consistency. It's just consistently trying something until it works, you know, trying different things until they work, where other businesses, they don't want, it's so surprising to me that, you know, there's some people that have good marketing that works. And then there's some people that don't think they need to market at all, which blows me away. Maybe because I'm in the field of marketing, but it just seems crazy to me that you would go and not do marketing. There's always an excuse. Oh, I'm not ready. What if the biggest thing we hear is, oh, what if I can't handle the business? That's not how marketing works. No. It's not big. People aren't going to be beating down your door. It just doesn't work like that.
I have a feeling that 90% of all objections really comes down to the money side of it too.
Yeah.
Like they may say, okay, no, I'm not ready yet. It's really just like, okay, the bill was high and there's a money objection to it there, and they've lowered the value of what that bill is supposed to bring. Like, I think a big part, you know, in business is you have to be courageous to invest in your business. And some invoices you're going to get might intimidate you, but sometimes the right answer is you have to do it.
Yeah.
Right. Like, you know, I'll give you a perfect analogy. Someone wants to go to university. There's a tuition bill that comes. It's not a pretty tuition bill, especially in the States, but people figure out how to do it because they maintain a value. They say, I must do this in order to get this degree.
Yeah.
Right. I think if people thought, I must do this in order to achieve my outcome, whether in the topic of marketing or whatever it may be, I think that's where people say, you know what, I can't avoid the tuition bill. I have to do it. If I can't afford it, I figure out a way to get it done. I get a grant, I get a loan, I get family members to help, whatever it is.
For sure.
They do whatever it takes to figure out, okay, I'm not going to lower this bill. I got to pay it, but it's a must do.
Yeah.
And you know, I think there's a lot of times, and there's a way, you got to try to evaluate it when you're looking at it. But if you truly believe it is the answer and you must do it, find a way. And I think businesses, like, for example, whether we're talking marketing agencies, recruitment agencies, all this stuff, if they could get very creative on how to sell it and to play with the money, like this is why financing is a brilliant thing. The car dealerships do it very well. You could finance anything these days because they see a bill, they can't pay, well, we could finance it. And you have another company that pays for it, and then now they got monthly bills. People are in this life of, can I afford it monthly?
Yeah.
So I've went and I studied my business to see how can I do that to get people that, if instead of being sticker shocked, it's finance it. We can finance it for you, no problem.
Yeah.
At a low interest rate.
We do free financing.
Done. Free financing, whatever it may be.
We actually do. You don't pay all at once. You pay month to month.
Really?
So whatever
you do month to month. So there you go.
Whatever runs in that month. A lot of other agencies that, you know, they take upfront payment and stuff like that.
The only question I ask is, how much do you want to pay every month?
Yeah.
It's going to be either a 1-year plan, a 2-year plan, whatever it is, and we make it. But I think the market has shifted to, it's definitely shifted to, what could I afford monthly?
Yeah, it's like subscription based. Everything's subscription based, right?
Yep, everything's subscription based. So to me, that is where true, like, if a business could pivot to that, 100%. We live in a subscription environment, and we're trained that, okay, monthly, done.
Yeah.
Put it on the credit card, go.
Of course.
Hey, thanks for watching the video. If you are an entrepreneur that is serious about building your team with the right people, I'm very glad that we met. At the end of the day, bringing in the wrong people could really hurt your business and could potentially bankrupt your business, and bringing the right people in could potentially make you a multi-millionaire, if not a billionaire. Having a strong team is so critical to the success of every single company, and I'm proud to say at CPG Recruitment and myself, I want to work with you. We are experts at really designing the ideal candidates, recruitment strategy, interview process specifically for your business to make sure that your business is building teams with the right people. I want you to get a hold of us by going to cpgincorporated.com or even simply just commenting on any one of our videos. I've got team members watching every single piece of content that we release that if you need the help, all you got to do is comment below or reach out directly to us at cpgincorporated.com, where we have our phone numbers there and our calendars to just book a call, and we're here to serve you, to help you build your team with the right people.